What's up, world? It's your boy DJ47. Thanks for tuning in to our YouTube page. If you like what you see, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to us as we hit you with new videos every week. Yeah, it's your boy DJ47, and this is another episode of the One Shot Deal podcast with my guest, DJ Mike. This is the 5-part interview. The final episode airs right now.
You're now listening to the sounds of KDPG Radio. Keep the party going.
Same here. Like, I've worked in bars, I've worked in restaurants, I've worked in clubs. I do private events. And even doing private events with so-called event coordinators and caterers and all these people that swear that they know what they're doing. I would say 6 out of 10 don't. 6 out of 10 will come up to me and tell me something asinine. Mm-hmm. And I just want to be in a position where I don't have to do something that I know is wrong.
Yeah.
Or let's not even do something that I know is wrong. Have an argument with somebody who's telling me to do something that I know is wrong. Like, I've had that happen to me at weddings. And I don't want to ever have friction with anybody. But, like, I also... Because ultimately, at the end of the day, especially being the DJ at an event, you're the face of what's going on.
You're the first person they see and the last person.
Right. So, like, if you're counseling me or telling me that I have to do something that I disagree with, we're gonna have friction because I'm gonna debate you. And then at the end of the day, I'm going to put myself in a position like, is this a debate that I'm going to win? Or ultimately, are you the person? Because sometimes I get hired by the catering company, not the actual couple. So, like, in that situation, it's like, well, I guess even if the couple agrees with me, you're the one that hired me, so I have to do what you say.
But what would a catering company tell you should do?
I've worked with catering companies that, okay, I'll give you an example. People like doing special type of exits now, like whether it be a sparkler exit or a bubble exit, which is basically when the couple leaves. Yeah. But I've worked with catering companies that, okay, cake is cut, this dinner served, all the plates are picked up, I want to go. It's only 10 o'clock, the party just got started, kind of, and people are really vibing, but we just want to take an opportunity to do a sparkler exit real quick. So why don't you cut the music, and we're going to do a sparkler exit so we can take some photos. Now, I'm all about the couple getting the photos, and I'm all about that, but I'm not about, like, taking a party that's at its peak vibe, cutting it, to go do your sparkler exit, to then bring people back to finish the party. Because for all intents and purposes, the sparkler exit is an exit. And you're asking people to pretend that the party's over before the party's over. Like in the peak of the party. Mm-hmm. And it's happened before where I'm very successful at getting people back into it. But I've had a handful of events that after you do that, it's like it's like you put a needle in the thing, because as soon as the people leave from that exit, they start picking up, and like you start losing some of the older people, and by losing some of the older people, then some of the younger people, like they start to, I gotta go pick up because grandma's leaving and I gotta help grandma, and
I mean that's just a sign of, it's like after you finish eating, once you finish singing happy birthday, that's already that momentum of it's time to leave type of thing. It's only getting closer to the end. That's why a lot of people, I like to drag the birthday all the way to, like, as far as I possibly can, because I know once we do that, it's time for the exit.
And it's not like in a wedding, it's not like the cake cutting. Yeah. Like the cake cutting, a lot of times, I would say 90% of the time, you open up the dance floor, you got people vibing, and you got to stop to do the cake cutting, maybe the garter and the bouquet toss. And those are interruptions that are fine. But the thing about the cake cutting is, like, you send everyone to go do the cake, everyone's taking pictures, all clap, You know, like it's still a moment of excitement. It's not like go out to the front exit, pretend like you're leaving, and then come back and keep partying. Like I'll put it to you this way: just that 5-10 minute gap. If you've been drinking a lot, that 5-10 minutes of rest will be enough time for all the alcohol you've been drinking to like hit you. Like, oh, okay. You see people leaving the sparkler exit like with their suit jacket half on and like, like because when you're dancing and you're partying and the energy's high and the adrenaline's going, you're not feeling all those drinks. But when you get that moment to like just stop and like, I mean, haven't you ever been at a club and I know you don't drink, but like watch people at a club, like when they turn on the lights and people stop dancing, and all of a sudden you're gonna start to really realize how drunk everyone really is.
Trying to get them out the club and shit. That's why I'm fighting, and I mean, Corona can come at the worst time when I'm building my momentum. That experience of DJing at the 9 Mile is incredible for an artist.
Yeah.
DJ is an art because nobody's telling you what to do. Nobody's coming and making requests. No one's telling you to stop for the moment because of something.
Yeah.
You're playing your time. The only difference is you have a time, and it's not as long as, say, a wedding or a party where you're the only DJ and you're there for 6 hours and you get to do all this and that. You have a short period of time. Yeah. The most you might have is an hour to be creative, like that. And I mean, it's good and bad. I mean, you get to take a little bit of this and create your art, but nobody's bothering you. And when I was on that stage, wasn't nervous for nothing. I was excited. I couldn't wait to do it, but I didn't realize till afterwards. And I'm listening to your story. I'm like, nobody bothered me.
Yeah.
The only thing that was said to me was when I was going up for the second time, like I told you, and they were like, no, he got to go. And I didn't understand that they changed the time.
Right.
But that no one ever told me, don't play this, so don't play that, or you're too loud, because even if I was too loud, my mic or the music, the mix, the engineer was on the side to control that.
Yeah.
All I had to do was just play my art.
Yeah.
And I'm dying to do more of that. And if you ask me what type of DJ I want to be, it's that one.
Me too, bro.
And I am that type of DJ. I am not, like, again, when I was doing the weekly thing at that club Empire and like that, and the crowd was live and all, and they wanted something different, and I told them, I had to sit there and tell them, even though what I was getting paid was beneath me, I might as well have done it for free.
Yeah. Yeah, you told me that.
And I had to sit there and I tell them, I'm like, and this is not even being arrogant and cocky, because I only did like 3 type of events, like the 9 Mile and all. It's not that, but I'm like, that's what I trained myself to be, is a concert DJ, not even a club DJ.
Yeah. No, me too, bro. Me too. Like I told you, when I got into DJing, it was because I wanted to put on a show.
Yeah.
And it was a show that, if I'm a DJ, I can be a one-man show. I'm good with the mic. I'm good with the turntables.
Yeah. When I was doing that event, I said I need the first round at the 9 Mile. I didn't have the mic working, and I was pissed. I need the mic. I need to talk to my peoples and all. Second time around, I'm like, yo, I need this mic. It was. I started laughing because it was like, who do you think is am I a diva? Am I the asshole guy who makes these requests? And I'm just like, hey, if I am, I am. But I'm not asking for green M&Ms. I want this mic to work. This is part of my performance. Yeah. And I'm gonna bitch and I'm gonna yell. I'm gonna do whatever it takes until you don't. Because I told you that already. I'm not walking up to you. I need this to work. Like when I was setting up, they were trying to get the drummer and I'm like, well, listen, I need to go on at once, so we need to get this turntable. I know how to connect this. I need you to do a test run. I need this on because they told me no matter what, at 1 p.m., music is supposed to be playing. And they were very strict on me on that. So I'm not here to disappoint, especially this is my one shot.
Right.
You know, make it or break it. And it was a big deal. It was like they were trying. I get it because Shabba Ranks people is trying to get the drum, and Shabba Ranks is a big artist, and you want to do. I get all that, but take 2 seconds to get this turntable to work because I'm hired to play at 1 p.m.
Yeah.
And then when it was slowly nothing happened, and they probably said, "Who the fuck are you?" But I'm like, I need to start at 1 o'clock. You need to get. It takes 2 seconds. I need a test. Blah blah blah.
I mean, that's not really diva. That's just professionalism, bro. I mean, I've done 2 or 3 events where, not that I lost my shit, but I might, I remember one event in particular that the people were like, definitely looking at me like I was diva status, but it was because I did a walkthrough with the client.
Yeah.
I promised them, okay, when we did the walkthrough, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And none of these other people were there, and none of these other people coordinated to what the client told me.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden I had an entire setup for the ceremony area. I had all my speakers, I had all the microphones, everything set up. And they're like, oh no, we're going to have them walk in through here, so we need you to move that, and we need you. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? No, the client told me to do this. We already did a walkthrough. Why the hell did I come over here to do a walkthrough?
Yeah.
If you're telling me to move this and this and this, no, that doesn't even make sense. Now you're asking me to put speakers there. No, the speaker there is going to give feedback to this and that. And I remember talking to them afterwards, like, because again, this was a coordinating company that was telling me what to do after me and the client already had come to an agreement. And I remember talking to them afterwards. And I'm like, look, man, I don't mean to be an asshole. I don't want you to think that I'm a diva. I don't want you to think this and that. But I spoke with the clients. We had an arrangement, and I need to live up to my end of the bargain.
Yeah.
It's like you saying, like, if you tell me to come and play at 1, I'm going to be ready to play at 1. And I insist on having everything that we agreed upon to work.
Imagine I came to that event. I was already excited, so I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I went to the gym and everything, but I got there at 11:30 when I'm supposed to go on at 1.
Yeah.
That's the same. And this wasn't me bringing. I didn't need to bring an equipment, just my laptop. And it's a fucking concert. They have everything.
Yeah, you didn't need to set anything up.
But that's just me being professional, and I know what they're doing for me because they didn't have to.
Yeah.
Even if they told me, nah, man, I ain't never heard you did not. No. Just pass around these flyers or don't pass around these flyers. I can care less if you do or you don't. They don't need me as much as I need them.
Right.
So my job was to go there and show you do need me. Because you're paying X amount of money for this DJ and flying them in and booking them at a hotel and this, and which they're a great DJ and all, but you have an in-house DJ that can do that and better. No. I'm gonna play on and then on time, do everything, and I did a great job. So next year I need a better time because now I realize I became that because I know my worth. Yeah. I'm not coming here to be an asshole. I'm not trying to be 10 foot tall and like that. But I know my worth.
You gotta know your worth. I think that's another thing that happens to us as artists. I would say 90% of people always feel like they're worth less
because they want the job. They know that it's and that was me when I came back from DJing. I did a lot for free. Yeah, because I just wanted the opportunity.
I did too when I first started.
Yeah,
but nowadays I'm not like when I already start having that conversation with the client that I know wants something for free or wants this at a discount or wants like. I know what they're looking for, and I know not that I'm better than that. I just know my worth, just like you said. Like,
then you're better than that.
Yeah.
And here's the thing about society that always bugs me, and I had a conversation with my nephew about that. Look how nervous you were to pat yourself on the back, because society says if you think you're good and you're great, you're considered conceited, arrogant, douchebag, asshole. All because you believe in yourself, which they do tell you, have faith in yourself.
Yeah.
So then when you do, and then you just open your mouth just to tell me that you're great.
Yeah, you're hesitant about it.
Yeah, and I'm supposed to be like, oh, what a douchebag. Yeah. So I'm at the stage where I'm like, no, I know my worth.
Yeah.
Oh, no, can you do it? No, I can't do it for this price.
But guess what? I'm willing to give an opportunity to me 5 years ago. Go find that guy that's just starting out. He'll do it for that price.
Go ahead. And here's the thing. Like, those people at Empire are lucky I did it for that price. I'll tell you, it was $100 a night.
No, I know. And we had a
and the
conversation
only reason why I did that, because I wanted a weekly gig, and you gave me Fridays, and then you told me, which now I know, fuck everybody. Oh, we're loyalty people over here. You loyal with me, I'm going to be loyal with you. But you were quick to get rid of me.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you ever call me back, I'm like, no, this is my quote.
Yeah. For sure, bro. For sure.
When I had to do another gig, because they were paying, one was paying $500 the same night, Friday, 5. The other one was paying $300.
Yeah, when we talked about that, I was like, these people are assholes in the sense that they're expecting you to give up your two best nights.
Two best nights.
Friday and Saturday. I'm sorry, bro. Those are money. That's prime time. I put it on all my things. I'll give you a discount Sunday through Thursday.
Yeah.
But Friday and Saturday, I do not do discounts. I don't do anything on the cheap. That's my prime time. Take it or leave it.
And I broke that to them in the beginning. I said, look, you gotta understand, this is me at 14 years old taking this freaking $100, right? But you have to understand, if you're gonna pay me this, that if a bigger gig comes in that night, I have to take it. I will let you know in advance, and I would have a backup for you, which I did. I told them a week in advance, and then one was looking at me funny. I'm like, dude, I'm getting $800. That doesn't cover a month of being here.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I have to. It's a week in advance. I told you that. I had 2 DJs on standby. Yeah. Let me know. I'm there on Saturday. And that was the beginning of the end. And my thing was, I mean, whatever. Like, I missed the weekly thing, but I know my worth. And now I know that if you ever were to call me back, because I seen they end up having another DJ, and they wasn't cutting out. I kept seeing different DJs. Yeah. And in my head, I'm like, yeah, because they'd probably be like, nigga, I'm only getting paid $100.
And you're trying to tell me to stop getting the place live.
Now you like do it, and I told him you might as well just have an iPod, just play your freaking, because that's the type of playlist you want. And then again, I know my worth, and then when someone will sit there and tell me, and I have to break it down, like if you really want to know why this is why I charge, I have different prices. I'll charge $200 if you want, but I mean you have everything, and all I have to do is bring the laptop. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I can charge $300.
And it's not on a Friday or Saturday.
Yeah. And then I go, these are different prices. Oh, you want the fancy lights and the smoke? Then yeah, I got all that. I got some of them. I got all of them. But this is what it costs. Why? Understand this. It takes about an hour to set up this, hour and plus, to set all these things up. That means if your party starts at 8, I gotta be there by 5 o'clock, just to ensure everything is set up. So you're not hiring me for 6 hours. You're hiring me for a good, 10 hours.
Yeah. Not only that, all the time during the week.
Week. And then it's more than 10 hours because I forgot about taking down. So 6 hours for the party, and I'm going to be there 3 hours in time. Oh, yeah, I guess it take that. I give it a good 10 hours and shit that day. Yeah. And I'm giving up yes, it's the week, it's the preparation and all that, but it's even me waking up and watching the time because I can't plan nothing that day.
Yeah, because it's the whole day. Yeah, it's the whole day. I tell people that all the time too. I'm like, no, but you don't understand. When you get this, I have to be here 3 hours in advance. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, because not only do I have to be here 3 hours in advance to set it up, but at some point I have to stop sweating from setting it up to look good for your event.
Yeah. And I learned that the hard way myself. I realized towards the end, I started bringing extra clothes, the clothes to set up and the clothes to like that. And it's like, and I had to remind them that, dude, you gotta remember, I'm supposed to be playing music before anybody enters, and I'm supposed to be there towards the end. And what I taught myself, that I'm like, dude, I love performing. I don't like stopping, right? And now I learned that it is a part. It's like, if you hire me from 8 to say 10, but the party's still jumping, I'll continue. But now treating it as a business is like, dude, you hired me to 10. Yeah. It's gonna cost you extra $100 if I keep going.
Yeah, I'm the same way. When I first started, I would tell people, "No, I'm not the kind of guy that likes to stop a party, or whatever."
Yeah.
But when I started doing weddings, it's not just you; it's the venue needs to get the fuck out of there. It's and if they don't pay the venue, if they don't pay you, if they don't pay the valet guy, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people that it's just disrespectful. Like if you hire if the party's supposed to end at 10 and me as a DJ I play till 11. I'm disrespecting all those other people. I'm expecting all those other people to work for free, and they're not going to.
Yeah, and I mean, you cut yourself short and you cut yourself out of money and like that. I remember I did a wedding. This is right before. This is I think January or February, because this is when this whole corona was sparking up. Yeah. So they had a DJ that just came from China. He lives here. He just was on vacation, so they didn't want to take the risk because the wife was pregnant and she had health problems, so they didn't want to take that risk if he had coronavirus or not. So last minute, I'm talking about the night before, or maybe the day before, they called me and said, "Hey, yo, can you DJ?" And I'm like, I never say I don't got nothing to do Sunday. I think it was on Sunday. I'm like, cool, why not? What type of music you want? Damn. He hit me with, I need some cultural reggae, no curse words, no. He was like, my whole repertoire was out the window. Yeah. I love cultural reggae, but I don't have 3-4 hours of that. Yeah. I'm like, damn. I set their own challenges. I'm like, yo, but you don't want a little bit of, I have clean versions. No, because he's like a born again, and
I've done a couple of those parties,
and he's very no. I don't care.
I've done a couple of parties for people like that where they don't even want words in the songs; they just want instrumentals.
Dude, I gave him the price. I said, dude, and then he's like, oh, come on, you can't show me love, da da da. I hit him with 5, I'll give you the work, da 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 da. He's like, no. And I'm like, all right, I hit him with the 3. I said, this is what I charge to walk out the door. I can't do anything less. I might give you extra lighting and this and that for, homeboy, whatever. But in my head, I'm just like, you should want to be paying me more because this is the last fucking minute, and now I gotta learn a whole new. Yeah. So now I'm on
last minute and basically like one huge special request.
Yeah, so I'm on YouTube googling the best mix of culture music, and I'm listening. When I'm listening to them, I'm like, oh shit, yeah. I mean, I like them. I do love the type of music and all, and it was great to have the catalog. I just didn't have it all bunched up like how we have our crates and folder names and like that. It's just scattered everywhere, So now I was able, in my positive, I was able to make a folder and have that there, And then they wanted a lot of Sade, that type of vibe, which I love the music, but I've never been requested at any party to play it. I know their music. I listen to it here and there, but never was able to mix or play it. So now it's a whole new world. I was able to accomplish that. And then I went, and then now I get to the wedding, a time that they told me, everybody's taking their sweet fucking time. Oh, the family, the mom ain't here, this and this. And this is the daytime. And they wanted me from like 4 to like 8 or something like that. And I'm like here, like, okay, I'm playing music, like what's going on, and that. The wedding don't even start till like 7. I'm supposed to be here to 8. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like, you know, the wedding comes, they do their wedding, they do the thing, next wedding and everything. I'm playing the music. Apparently, I'm killing it because everybody's like, oh, you're high. And the point of the story, as I fast forwarded all, was I was supposed to be there till 8. You hired me from 4 to 8. I'm end up there until 12. Now, you called me last minute. You had me way longer than you hired me for. This is on my relaxed Sunday day.
And you were fucking trying to haggle me.
Yeah. And I ended up playing some hip hop towards the end because it was like, because, you know, as a DJ, you feel the crowd, and this crowd, I was like, let me try it. And he looked at me like, pissed off, but the crowd was just so in it, and he was just like, whatever. He just got tired of being angry, you know. He's like, I know you want to be humble and all, but sometimes your humbleness makes you angry because you're just trying to, like, block the world when you're supposed to let people be them and all like that. You don't have to listen to it, just let people be them. But anyway, the point of the story is what got me pissed off was he came through and he paid me. He did the wholesale, whatever the thing like that, because I told you I got you. I'm like, no, thank you. I'm like, yeah. And I look at it, and it was the quote, the 300. When I charged 5 and up, and I did you the deal, you told me 4 to 8. I'm here from 4 to 12. And you thought you were showing me love by giving me 3. When I stayed, 8, an extra 4 hours?
Yeah.
And you thought you were showing me love. And then my homeboy who got me the gig is like, you got paid, right? You good? And I'm like, yo, to be honest with you, it's like, I'm not okay. It's like, you would think that you kept me longer. I came through in the clutch last minute, that you'd be like, yo, man, I appreciate everything. Even if you threw an extra 100 or 50 or like that, I still think it was less. I would have been like, yo, just pay my quote that I told you was 5. Because you kept me 4 hours. And you thought giving me the 300 and they were proud of themselves. Like, you proud of what? Paying your bill?
Yeah.
And I was bothered by that, and I told him. I didn't tell the groom, and I let it slide. I just told the person who hired me, and he's like, "What do you mean?" And I had to explain to him. I'm like, "Dude, and then and then whether you think I'm big headed or not, it's like this is a business and this is a structure, and this is all last minute, and you have to. I know my worth and I know my time. You know, I'm giving you my time, and I was taught that from young. When you give someone your time, that's more valuable than giving them any money."
Yeah.
And yeah, I was towards like before the whole Corona, so I was like towards the end. I mean, I got paid, but you didn't respect the DJ, and you wanted me to learn a whole new genre, even though I knew it, but I didn't play it. And I did a fucking great job because everybody and their mother told you that. Yeah. And I was shocked because I thought I wasn't going to do a good job. You know, this is like literally last minute trying to put these pieces together and understand a whole different crowd. But yeah, it did bother me. I'll tell you that. It you spat in the face of a DJ and think that an iPod can do your job. And that's how people look at it. They're like, if I don't hire you, I'm just going to play my iPod. And I'm just like, okay. I learned to say okay to those things. And now, no. Let's work it out. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Like, I remember this one girl that she hired me 1 year for her party, and I gave her a deal or something like that. I think it was $100. I think I did it for and all. 'Cause that's when I was back on, and it was like I was charging like $2. And she ended up paying me the extra 100 because I did so well, and that's what I'm appreciative of and all. And she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be your manager." She's gonna get me a gig, and she tried to get me like a baby shower gig, and she wanted to try to get that same price. And I'm like, well, you know, a manager is supposed to amp the price up because you're supposed to get you 10% and all like that. And then I had to explain to her, like, you know, further along, like, this is, you know, I did you a favor because a friend of mine recommended you, but that's not my, and I had to explain to her what I could charge. Yeah. So she was like, damn, man, you did us a solid. I was like, yeah, you know, this and this and that. And then a year comes by, and she wanted to hire me again. Now, my thing is, I wasn't hitting her over the head. I was still giving, I just wasn't charging you the 100 anymore. I was charging you the 2. Which my increased to 300 to 500.
Right.
I said, I'm just doing you the 2, this and this and that. And it's like, then you can't show me love. I say, I am showing you love because my rates are this. And then she was like, oh, no, see what's good. And I like, well, you remember last year, right? I'm not being arrogant and cocky. You just remember how last year turned out. So you can play your iPod. I can't tell you no. You know, this is your money. Yeah. But you know the difference between your iPod and a live DJ. Not even me, but a live DJ. And she ended up going with the iPod because she didn't want to put the money in. And I found out from people who went there it wasn't as good as the previous year. And my argument to that is yes, because you can use your phone, you can use your iPod, but it's not like a live performance from an artist, a band, a DJ. This is why we get paid to entertain, you know. And then they're like, "Oh, we got to keep going back to your phone and changing the music." And here's one story I was trying to tell you. I have a guy who plays the piano, comes in, helps me out, you know, when I need a beat and I need, you know, how you come with guitar. And he showed me love, so he's not charging me to do that. We're working together. So he had a wedding that he was looking for a DJ. And I said, well, I got you. I got the equipment and everything. They're going to love you. And he told me the date, and I said, okay, listen, I'm going to come. I'm going to set everything up for you. I'm going to show you the basics of this fader left goes, plays this music, you know, ABC, this is how you change the music, blah, blah, blah. Just stroll here. Make it easier. These are the BPMs. Follow the BPMs or whatever song you think. I got to go make some runs, and I'll be back. So he's like, all right, cool. So he goes and he DJs the thing. I come back, and I'm listening. He's playing good music. But nobody's moving, nobody's dancing and everything like that. Then I come in, and I'm like, okay, you want me to take over so you can eat? He's like, yeah, sure. So he leaves, and as soon as I get on, the crowd is on their feet and they're dancing.
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah. And then he was like, dang, you made me look like amateur and like that. Like the star showed up, and then I laughed and I told him the reason why, but I didn't know myself until he said it. I'm like, because I have the it factor. You know, I'm special. God gave me this gift to entertain. You played the right music. You just didn't know how to connect with the crowd. I've been doing it so long that I learned how to connect with the crowd. It's nothing. It's nothing that, you know, I don't know what to say. It's something that was years of experience, and again, going back to knowing those small little details that you may not even realize that you're learning, but they're going into your head. And it was a moment of catching the crowd, how to mix the record in, how to cut it off, and how to play with the crowd, and this and this and this and that. And this is a beautiful fucking art and shit like that, where people think they can just do it when you have to be special. Yeah. You have to. It's some type of connection you have to have.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, man. So I think I know what's next.
What's next?
What's next is I gotta bring my laptop over here. You mentioned something about the Photoshop earlier, so I like the flyers and stuff. So I'd like to see what you got going on. See if I can help out with that. But
what do you mean by that? You know how to use it, or you want me to help you learn how to use it?
I know how to use Photoshop.
Oh, okay. Then I mean, then you're teaching me.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I wanted to come see if I could help out on that end. See if I can make it easier for you.
I have,
because I know what it's like to produce things on a weekly basis, and if you're doing that like that, I want to see if I can help you out.
I have Photoshop, Final Cut, Pro Tools, Adobe. I paid the monthly for Adobe, so any Adobe programs is there. The Final Cut, the Pro Tools, the drum machine. I have everything that you need to your disposal to be creative. All I need is for you to be creative.
Yeah,
and
let's do it.
You know, you want me to help you, help me, help you, help you. Help me. What is it?
Yeah, I'll help you. You help me.
Yeah,
we help each other.
Help me, help you.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like I tell people who come in and I want to work that this is our shit.
Let's do it, man. I'm thinking I gotta bring my laptop over so we can get some stuff done on the radio station, start promoting our big parties, and come and do another podcast.
What we have to do with the what would be great whenever you're free, come and plug up and start DJing.
Well, I know definitely, like, I know what my experience is DJing. I know how long I've been doing it, and I definitely know that there's a bunch of stuff that you could show me, because DJing, as successful as I am at it, is something that I've only taught myself.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can teach ourselves. We can teach each yourself. What I'm saying about the radio is, you come in whenever you're free and play. But when we get more structure on it, we need that you're coming every day at this time, because we're trying to build your audience.
Yeah, for sure.
They're gonna want to hear you this time, even if you can't come. Be like, yo, I worked on this mix.
Yeah, I might not be able to make a 7-day commitment to it, because I know you.
Well, I'm not, because I don't want to put so much pressure on anyone. You need to come here every 7 days. It would be fucking great.
Definitely, I think we should have some structure, because I always tell people, and I said this to people whenever I've done DJ gigs, or I've done artistic gigs, or even restaurants, like just running restaurants. I always tell people consistency is key.
Yeah. Definitely.
You know what I mean? Like,
and
if you're gonna have a DJ one Friday, then you should have a DJ either every other Friday, every Friday, like something to create a pattern, so people know when to expect it.
Exactly. And what I was saying is, like, say you're not even available to come, you can always, and you know that a days in advance, you can make a pre-mix and say, yo, I'm sending it to you through WeTransfer. And I can still load it, and it can still be played on the radio.
For sure.
The only thing that might not happen is, because we have the 1-800 number that they can call in and all. We connect this to the show. So if they're calling, you put this up, and then you can have the conversation with them. It's just that if you're not here live, you won't be able to take the calls. It'll be like, this and this and that. Even though the calls is not really coming in as much right now, because I haven't built that ever. I haven't sold, call this number. But once we start building these DJs coming in, then now, like, okay, you're coming in. Okay, now you're telling me I need to promote the number. So they can call in and make a request. Because what they'll do most of the time is they'll send a request through the chat, which I'll show you the chat. So if you ever you see the red button, you click on it, and then you can chat with them.
Love it.
Yeah. So it's just building, and those steps will take it there. And I'm ready. I'm always ready. Like everybody, this guy who said he wants to manage and shit like that, I'm like, dude, manage. And I'm told you have these artists, and at the end of the day, if you can't, these artists ain't working, you have me. You have, you. If you play your part. If you're a cook. If you're a rapper, rap. Yeah. If you're a DJ, mix. If you're a producer, produce. I always stress that. You want to see movements. I can show you what I can do when you guys are doing your part, because I've seen what I've done. Yeah. When people even have asked their part, and I have to take a lot of the load. Yeah. And I'm just seeing it with my own eye. I've been seeing it on purpose, but it goes like it's small little steps, because again, it's just me. Now those 1, 2, 3 steps, and you come and do your 1, 2, 3, 6. Now that's 6 steps. Yeah. Multiply that with everybody taking. If everyone takes 3 steps.
Oh no, I know, man. I'm super on board with that.
That's the thing that people need to understand. I'm not asking you to do 100. Yeah. I'm just asking you to do 3. And I'll do 3. I might be in competition. I'm like, you doing 3, and I'm doing 4. Yeah. But if everyone does a little here and there, it grows. Like last Saturday, we should have had like 60, 70 people live on our Instagram live when we were doing What Are You Drinking? But only a couple of us promoted it, and that's why we had a good number. But it wasn't what I wanted, because everyone didn't put their little bit.
Yeah. Listen, man.
You understand?
I understand.
Tony Robbins Awaken the Giant Within. Changed my life, that book. He said, small steps lead to great success. Stop trying to get to 10 when you're supposed to go with 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. It'll get to 10.
Yeah.
Find your small goals, your small little goals. This is the ultimate goal. You'll get there without realizing when you put these small goals and it gets there. I'm seeing with my own eyes. I am shocked as hell to see what I've accomplished. Yeah. And built, I should say. When people come and they see this and then I hear the smart little remarks and shit like, oh, look at you, you're rich and this. No, I ain't rich. All this is credit, swiping, getting guitars. And I paid them off in due time. But it was small. I mean, you've been here before.
Yeah.
You've seen the setup when it was right there.
I've seen it grow. That's for sure.
Right? I did not take all this in one day and build all this. Yeah. This is years. I got this. It started with this laptop. And I got it in November 2016.
I know.
And I'm still building, and we're in 2020.
I know.
Small steps lead to great success. If you like to read, if not, pick up the book, and I guarantee you won't put it down. I'm telling you that change. When people say books change it, that change. I swear that changed my life.
I believe you, bro. I believe you. I've had a couple books myself that have done the same.
He was talking about. People say money is the root of all evil. And he's trying to break down to you, like, the people who think that are the ones who use that excuse not to chase money. Because they think when you put money and say it's evil, then you socialize it with being negative, evil, bad, so you don't go after it. Yeah. And that's why you don't have it. But if you socialize money as positive as, well, I could live a better life, I can help out people and like that, and you take it and you realize the positive you can do with the money, then you go after it and then you go hungry and then you get it. So it's like everything in life is a negative, is how you see it. It goes back to me with wrestling. There's the good guy, there's the bad guy. The bad guy is
the yin and the yang, bro.
Yeah. The bad guy is supposed to believe everything he freaking says, and the good guy and it's one or the other will win. Sometimes evil beats good, and sometimes good beats evil and all. You have to see certain things. That's why, again, I'm so glad that you still have a passion for this. Because it's so easy to get caught up in the negative because it said, look at your age and look at this and this and this and that. Yeah. Go back to the beginning what I was telling you. When I quit, and I listened to the people tell me about my age, I would have never made money off this. I would not be getting royalty checks. I would never accomplish one of my biggest goals.
For sure.
So
yeah, same with me, man. For me, I've never given up on this because to me, this has always been what I wanted my life to be. Everything, like, and for me, it was like this was always a hobby, and then I had to have like the real job and the real thing. When, in all honesty, this is what makes me happy. And there's no reason why I couldn't do, like, there's no reason why I can't do this for the rest of my life.
Yeah. You have had ups and downs in your life. Like, we all have. But you had a passion. It doesn't have to be music, but yours chose to be music just like mine is music. As well as acting and art, For me, I don't know about you, but music saved my life.
No.
I believe I would have been dead if I didn't have this passion, because I see how people get stuck, and next time someone tells you why you're doing it, ask them, what are you passionate about? Either they can't give you a direct answer, or what they will say their answer would be. It's like, dude, that's how I am with music.
Yeah.
It's I'm blessed the fact that since I was 5 years old, I had a passion. It was to be a wrestler. And when I became 10, it was doing music. And it's still, both of them is still hand in hand. I'd drive up to Orlando and we'll go train to be a wrestler at the same time and like that. And I'm lucky that I was able to find what I loved and never. I always tell a girl, man, I guess if we get married, we'll be stuck married for life, because when I love something, I'll never let it go or not like that. But I feel bad for the people who don't have a passion in life. Yeah. Because again, it's dude, like I sit in this house by myself, but I have rooms that I can go and just be creative and all like that. I'm gonna send you the video of the 3 me's, just me being silly and shit like that. Yeah. I think it's hilarious. It's not the greatest artwork in the world and all, but it's just me sitting here watching TV and just thinking, I wanted to do this and being creative. I talked to my cousin one time and I told him, like, sometimes I can't even sleep. It's like sunlight and I'm tossing and turning because all these ideas are running through my head. And he told me, like, wow, it's crazy. I never had that problem. Yeah. So then that's when you realize that, oh, wait, you probably had that problem because you're a creative person. Something is always running in your head. And for me now, it gets even worse. You know, they try to get me to take pills, ADD or whatever, to calm me down and all. And I don't want to calm this down. No. I definitely don't want to calm this down because it's so much idea. All I do is take those ideas and then write it down. Yeah. And that's what calms me down, because all the juices, I'm throwing it on paper, and then that's when I can calm down. Yeah. But I love this feeling, yo.
Yeah, me too. I mean, we just did a 4-hour and 45-minute podcast.
I know. And I'm just, as we're talking, being creative, I'm like, okay, how do I work this? Yeah. Okay, obviously this is going to be a couple of episodes and shit. Yeah. Like, I did What Are You Drinking? We're going on our 18th episode. This is already like, maybe we can say, 5 episodes already.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I guess we wrap it up then and just leave it at that.
Wrap it up, man. I'm going to come have a drink. And then we're going to work on, I want to be on that radio station.
Yeah, you're more than welcome. And if you're also more than welcome to come on What Are You Drinking and show up and introduce what you're about to do. You can come in on Saturdays if you're available.
Oh, yeah.
We do it around 7 and 8. And you can come and sit in and be a guest and just
check it out.
And we'll just introduce you and you say what your part is. And yeah, I'm going to be I'm DJ's Mikey
Forte.
And I'm going to be DJing at KDPG Radio every Tuesday, but whatever the case would be.
Hell yeah.
And then we sell that.
Hell yeah.
So it was a pleasure, it was an honor. I was looking at this like, damn, that's 4 hours and 46 minutes of editing. I got to sit there, which I don't see much editing to do and all like that, but I still got to listen through and see what to do. Yeah. But I'm definitely going to chop this down to a couple of episodes and all.
For sure.
All right, man.
Well, it's been a pleasure.
Yes, sir.
It's been quite revealing, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like I definitely feel like we got a better understanding.
Yeah, I definitely do too. This is the type of podcast that I can do all day. It's letting me get you. I was able to express a lot of the stories that I never knew when I was ever gonna say. And I was able to listen and get to learn from someone. And this is what I like. I like to let what I need to out of my chest, and I like to listen to other people and get inspired. Like you taught me, and I listened to a lot, and I'm like, wow, it's like we can do so much things. Even with the acting thing, we can do so much.
Well, this entire time, I'm like, oh my God, we can work on that together. We can do this together. Like. We've found a lot of common ground, my friend.
Yeah, and we found a lot of what you can bring to the table, what I can bring to the table, and you match it up, and this is one. And again, I always say, God is great all the time and like that, because these little things that I asked for, He's like, all right, I'll give it to you. Don't bitch when you get it.
Yeah.
But it's handed.
Listen, man. I am 100% on board with that. I am thankful to God every single day because it's like it's kind of like that Rolling Stones song. Like you don't always get what you want, but you always get what you need.
Yeah.
And like every time I ask, I'm like, man, I need a little help with this. I need a little, please God, just help me out. Things just show up, man, and it's incredible.
Yeah.
Listen, I never thought I'd be over here doing this, talking into a mic. I thought we were just gonna have a conversation, and it's been amazing.
I would be
the time has flown by.
I would be pissed off with myself if I didn't hit record. When I'm sitting here with you talking, and I see mics all here, and I've been taught this in the business. Always hit record.
Yeah, that's for sure.
What you don't like, you edit.
Yeah.
Or you don't play, you don't use it. But what happens if you do like what you did and you don't have any?
Just so right, bro. I've that's why whenever I work on a film project, I always got the camera rolling.
Yeah. There's not one mixed practice. What I always hit record. The thing that pisses me off is like, I can name you at least 3 or 4 events that I did that has not been, like the 9 Mile. It was supposed to be captured because it was part of the documentary. The guy left. I blew up his phone. Like I told you, when I was in the VIP and I walked up to the promoter and he's like, "Where the hell you been?" The cameraman left. I blew up his phone. If you ever been to the 9 Mile, it literally takes you 9 miles to get to the stage and shit.
Yeah.
So there's no way in hell we did this and he's talking to me and I call you that you got to your car because there's a mission.
Yeah.
Yo, I need you to come. All you had to do was come and film that last piece, and I had nothing. And I've been begging the 9 Mile, the people, because they had the footage.
Yeah.
Yo, can I? And they're not obligated to give it to me. They said they'll do it here and there, but they keep brushing me off. But I can't be mad at them because I told them I'm going to have a film crew come and film this and this and that. Then, they never use that against me and like that. They said they got me, but, I could only call so much. And, that's not their responsibility, right? You say you're going to do something, this is what you're doing. There was another one in 99 that I did that I DJ'd, that I killed the party. That's for another. I'll save it for another one. And I heard it was filmed. And they keep mentioning this guy Syrup for this was in 99. So this is good 21 years later. And I keep hearing the name Syrup. He should have, if anyone has it, he has it. And no one's ever contacted him, figured him. And I'm like, dude, I'll pay top dollar for that.
Bro, I've done a lot of events where I've had somebody promise me with a card at the end, hey, I got you, I got this, I got that. It just never happens.
Dude, I only have pieces of all these things, but it's not enough to, it's enough to show you what I was talking about, but not this whole, because listen, if he did the 9 Mile, if he filmed me, and then filmed me getting off the stage, and walking to go find my friend, and filming these people, oh my God, isn't this, all that.
That's it.
The argument I had with him, he showed up late. He was like, no, but you said you were going on at 1. I said we were shooting a documentary. You're supposed to be here the time I got here because you're supposed to film me preparing, seeing if I'm nervous, so pacing back and forth. All this is part, you're filming the build-up. You're not supposed to be, and he comes after 1.
Oh, yeah.
So you're coming during my set. And I'm like, where's the story? And it was a big argument. I'll save it for another time and all. But it was a big argument back and forth with him. And it goes back to, why do I have to explain to you your job?
Yeah. Yeah, especially if it's a documentary.
Can I just be in the documentary and you who's filming is supposed to know to always keep the film rolling?
Yeah. I mean, a documentary, bro, that guy should have been in your car on the way over there.
Dude, if I showed you the pieces that we have, he's always stopping, always stopping, always stopping.
No.
And I'm like, dude, don't you just hit record? I mean, we're in a digital era right now where it's not tapes anymore. It's you have yeah, and it's like, dude, if we need to go, if we're running out of flashcard, we'll run to Best Buy, go buy another one, and keep this shit going.
Yeah, or pull out the iPhone.
Whatever the case is, it's keep going. And I remember like a short story of this. It was I'm telling the story. So part of my story is New York. I'm from New York. So I said, yo, let's fly to New York. And I bought him the ticket. I bought myself the ticket. He almost missed the flight. And I'm like, dude, you don't care.
Yeah.
When I go to airports, I'm trying to be the first one to jump on the plane so I can get in my seat. And this is I was the last one because I was waiting for him to come, and then the door was ready to close, and we got there as the door was closing. And then what he told me is like, you better be careful what you say to me because I take everything. He's like, yeah, man, my girl was waking me up. Like, don't you have a flight to catch? And he's like, oh, yeah, I almost forgot. Like, dude, I just talked to you yesterday. And then my whole point of the story was I went to New York, and then we went to my old neighborhood. And I had met a guy who still lives there. I remember exactly who he was. I grew up with him in New York. And I'm here filming, and he's like, yo, what's your name? And then I tell him, and then he's like, oh, shit, you used to live here? You wrestling? We used to wrestle downstairs. And then he's not catching those moments because he's in a la-la land. And this is the moment of, oh, shit, everything that I said on camera, this guy is confirming it. Because he knew me in the 80s. He still is here. Yeah. And that moment of you catching him describing the story and confirming what I just told you, you didn't get. Because you was too busy just conserving whatever you're trying to conserve. And I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, yo, what am I paying you for? It's like, I could have done this myself. I could have had my homeboy just film this and all. But, I mean, that story the rabbit hole goes a little deeper, but I'll leave it at that and all like this. But had the right people at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah.
They have to love what they do.
Yeah.
Don't just, if they're doing it for the money, run.
Yeah.
Because that's what the cameraman was doing. He was just doing it for the money. There was no art. There was no, how about this, and exciting of being there. If they're not excited to be there, and the first thing they're asking you is about money, then run. Because it's like,
bro, that documentary I was working on a couple weeks ago, the cameraman, the cameraman was there filming for all intents and purposes an event that didn't pan out to be what it was going to be. And still for 5 hours, that guy was capturing everything. And like he was making shots happen. He was fucking like, oh, can you guys are talking, do you mind if I just film you? You know, like whatever it was. No. I was just gonna say. I mean, that was even though I personally didn't really enjoy. Like I told you, like that made me realize I like more the storytelling aspect, the creative aspect. But bro, I was there and I was like, wow. I mean, that you can't deny that guy has passion for what he does.
The one thing that I would have had him not do was ask for permission. Like, filmed everything great, because that's the one thing that he did too when we was in New York. That, I'm walking up to my homeboy's part of the Lost Boys, walking up to his house, knocking at his door, and he's not there filming the hey, oh shit, what's good, da, 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 da. Yeah. And he's like, well, I can't just film without their permission and all. Yeah. I said, you film, and then you get their permission. Yeah. If they say no, then you don't put the damn thing in.
The only thing that I gotta say in defense of this guy, like not who.
Well, that was a minor thing. I mean, I wouldn't be. I would bring it up to the guy, your guy, but I wouldn't be so hard because of everything else that you said he did.
Yeah. No, I mean, I was gonna say the only thing that's kind of tricky about this particular situation, and like I said, I signed the paper, so I can't say too much about the project until it's out. The people that we were filming, if he didn't ask them for that type of permission, they were gonna get wigged out and they were gonna stop their conversation and leave. Like there was that type of situation.
They would have said, "Can you please stop recording me?" That's what they would have did. They wouldn't have got wigged out and walked away. They would have been like, oh my God, can you please? Because just like you put a camera on anybody else, iPhone or whatever, oh my God, that's what they do. They hide their face. Please stop recording me. They wouldn't be, especially if you're filming.
Yeah.
That's all. And you just have to respect, their wishes. Not everybody want to be on camera. Not everybody want to be on audio. Not everybody want to do, and that's perfectly fine. This is the life I chose. This is the life that you may not have chose. Yeah. Respect them. Yeah. But always, it's like, I forgot the saying, but it's like, do something and apologize afterwards and all like that. Yeah. And dude, you never know what you're going to get. And then you never know, there's some people who might not want to. Perfect example, when we were in New York, the dude that, from the Lord, but that we knocked on the door and he didn't film. He didn't want to be on camera in the beginning. But then he's showing us all these landmarks in New York where Tribe Called Quest did their video, Lost Boys did it, and now he's narrating the whole documentary. Yeah. This is the guy who said, no, I'm good. Then he's like, hey, bring the camera here, and now he wants to be on camera.
Yeah, I feel you. I've seen that happen too.
Yeah, so it's just do your job, and if they don't want to, respect it. You never know, later on they might come and look what we did here. You're like, yeah, sure, whatever. I just came to have a conversation with you. And the next thing we end up doing a 5-hour podcast.
Yeah, for sure. Exactly 5 hours.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna wrap it up then. Yeah, you hit the gold mine. I never did this long and all like that. I always say I wanted to do either 30 minutes short, 2 hours long. But I can always chop this off and make this a series.
For sure.
There you go. So we out, this bitch.
We out.
You're now listening to the sounds of KDPG Radio. Keep the party going.
What's up, world? It's your boy DJ47. Thanks for tuning in to our YouTube page. If you like what you see, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to us as we hit you with new videos every week. 1.